thank you for inviting me here. It is certainly a pleasure. I saw the rundown of who else is coming over the course of this term. We've got some wonderful, exciting talks that are coming up, and I'm very honored to be part of that group. So yes, I said I would share a little bit about screencasts, how I've been using them in my course to help enhance students' learning, to provide them with opportunities to use some resources outside of the classroom, to help prepare them for more active engagement in the classroom, both the lecture and lab. So that is my plan, and I have of course taught a large course like Stats 250. I also have taught some smaller classes, an executive MBA course. That one I'll share a little bit about how I use screencasts in that class also. And then I train GSIs. I have an army of GSIs that work with me every semester. 30 to 35 every semester that I work with, and sometimes more than half of them are new to the course. And there's a lot of training that goes on too. So that's the plan. Now I was asked to also share a little bit about myself, and so that's our outline. It's Brenda Gunderson. A little bit about that. What is statistics? Most of you know what a screencast is, but give you just a lot of examples of where we've used it in my course to truly address different needs. A need comes up, maybe this can work, and we bring that to the class. Show you a little bit about how it's effective for teaching and learning, and maybe give you a little demonstration on the software itself if there's time, but throughout talking about how it's being used and how you might use it in your interactions. So that's the plan. So who is Brenda Gunderson? So I sent it to my family and said, so who would you say is Brenda Gunderson? Well, first of all, that's where I came from. I grew up in Minnesota. My mom sent me this picture, that's me, and said, I remember that your favorite phrase was just one more. Just one more, for some reason. I don't remember saying that when I was young. She said I did. I stayed in Minnesota for quite a while. I went to St. Olaf College, played the flute, went down there and played the flute a little bit too, and really liked math, econ, and statistics. And yes, there's my next hairstyle there. St. Olaf. Went out and applied for jobs after that, but then decided I want to go into grad school. Thought I should go get a little bit more education. There was a link between that state, St. Olaf, statistics, and this one. Anyone? I heard Iowa, yeah? Iowa State. So that's where I went for my master's degree. And I ended up finding two loves there. The first love was the fact that I got an appointment as a TA. Right? You don't call them TAs anymore, you call them DSIs, teaching assistant. So I got to teach for the very first time a computing kind of lab course, and I thought this is what I want to do. I knew I had to go on and get more studies. So I knew I was going to get a PhD to be able to teach. My other love ended up being my husband, my teacher husband at that point. He was also a statistician. He was a program before me. And he came and got a job at GM. That's why I'm here in Michigan. So I moved on to Ann Arbor, to Michigan, to U of M. I was a graduate student here. I was a TA for the course that I'm now coordinator to teach. Now back then we did not have computing labs. We drove in a computer on a cart and demonstrated things that way. It was very different than TA back then. But I'm here to stay. I ended up getting my PhD, as you heard, was an adjunct lecturer, did some consulting for clinical pharmaceutical companies, and ended up finding a permanent position as a lecturer in the Department of Statistics to coordinate and teach this large class. So if you were to ask me who I am, I would say that I am a teacher. I think I teach both my children. I've got 3 of them. 2 are in college and 1 daughter in high school who just came back after a couple more final exams today. And I'm a teacher to my graduate students that I work with. I help them train. It's wonderful to have them come back and talk about how their experience as a GSI has helped prepare them for their future. And certainly a teacher to the students that I get to work with every day. So I teach statistics. What is statistics? Did you know that last year was the International Year of Statistics? Exciting, celebrate. And it's still going on. Wonderful website, worldofstatistics.org. So here's one definition that I really like. There's been a lot of discussion about statistics over this past year. The science of learning from data, making sense of data. The art of telling a story with data. Or the quintessential interdisciplinary science, because it really does extend to everything. So We know that statistics plays a role in all organizations, that it touches everyone's life. It's more than just those numbers that are reported for some sports-related outcomes. And if I talk to your parents, they often say, yeah, that was the course that I had to take, and that I didn't do so well in sometimes. But that's not the case anymore. We have connections to it a lot more. In fact, we had a career fair yesterday in Palmer Commons for statistics, and had a lot of companies here from all disciplines looking for people who have these skills. Statistics is becoming more critical because we're always needing to use the data that we're gathering out there, so much data, and using it to make decisions. So the demand for statisticians is going up. So that is a plus for statistics. So did you watch the videos, the short little ones we sent? Right? I thought they were kind of interesting. They talk about, there's so much out there that we want to learn, and these things are big, population, the world, questions that we want to answer, and statistics helps us shrink it down. Small enough so we can study it. So they paralleled statistics not as a microscope, but what they say? They called it a macroscope. Taking the large and bringing it down small enough so we can study it, so we can learn from it and make decisions. So I thought that we would try that. It's an activity that I do actually in the summer orientation. I like to share with the parents when they come. But this will be an activity where we're going to gather some data real quickly and use it to make a decision about a theory. You can already see the idea of how you can use the data, the smaller sample that we got, to make a decision about a larger one. So this is why you need a pencil and paper, because we're going to do a little activity. We're going to see how long it takes you to print your name, the first and last name. We're going to do it again. Replication, but this time, switch hands. Okay? Let's see how much time it takes you to print your name with your opposite hand, as legibly as you can. Alright, so you have 2 times. You actually have done, you have paired analysis, where you gather data, 2 conditions. I want you to calculate the difference. So how much longer did it take you to print your name with your opposite? So that's your data point. And I have a theory that I want to have you assess. And we're going to certainly have you make that decision on a theory based on more than just your observations. So you should gather some data around you. Think about what kind of values you're getting. You're not going to get all the same. They will vary. Theory that on average it's about 3 seconds longer to print your name with your opposite hand. Did anybody have 3 seconds as their observations? Yeah. You have some 3s in your data set? Did you have some 2s? 1s even? So we didn't all have the same observation, but you saw data, and what do you want to do? Do you want to
almost average.
Support this theory or reject it? How many want to support it? Raise your hand if you want to support this theory. How many want to reject it? You informally just calculated in your head what we call a mean value. You looked at your data, you looked at how compatible, how likely is it to see the data you got under that theory. You said it's not very likely to see this data that I gathered if that theory is true. If that theory is true, this is a very unusual result that I've seen in my data set. That p-value being small led us to reject this theory in support of the one that would be what? The average time really takes not 3 seconds on average, but 4. So we use data to make decisions in the face of uncertainty. Statistics. And I get to teach statistics to indeed about 1,700 students this semester. This time we have 1,735 registered across 6 lectures, any labs. How many of you took it last semester? Got to come pick up your final exam. All right. So you kind of know the structure, right? Have 300-400 students in a lecture. And you decide to meet weekly with those students in labs. Very diverse population of students. We actually started having them do a learning style survey. And it's really been interesting to see what kind of students and their learning styles are using what kind of resources. We'll monitor that. So this term we actually have the learning style survey being given at the beginning of the term, so we can start to give advice to students on what might be helpful for their kind of learning style. And computers too, are also really. We've got a lot of concepts in the class. Some of the more difficult ones. So I felt to use technology share some of the ways, mainly through the screencasting that we do. So we all know what a screencast is, for the most part. So I made a screencast to show you.
All right, what is a screencast? What is a screencast? Web definition. A screencast is a digital recording of computer screen output, the screen capture, often containing the audio narration. Let's see what else we have here. 5 steps to creating effective screencasts. That's how we do them well. 5 steps. I can watch the video that explains those 5 steps, or I could read them and rather watch them. Might have to look at that a little bit later.
Right, that's a screencast. You're basically recording the actions on your computer along with audio narration. These have been playing a bigger role in distance learning, certainly. But there's a lot of faculty like myself that are using it even in the face-to-face classes, bringing material to your students in different ways. So I want to share with you some of the different ways we've been doing this in the course. A couple different needs that came up, and then the screencast solution that we used to address it. And the first one, this was back when they were worried about the swine flu. What if students can't come to class? What if instructors cannot teach their classes? You've got to be prepared. So we decided, and we've been trying out this new review capture system that we started at LSA that captures lectures. We've been using it for the exam reviews that we do, so that a student could still attend the exam review even if they can't physically be there by watching it later that was captured. So we decided to capture all of the lectures that go there. We have this back up for the next semester. So we did that. But we didn't need it, it didn't turn out to be an issue. We continued to use it to capture one lecture section for the remaining terms. Now my fear, of course, was what? I capture my lectures. What? Who's going to come? They still did. Wasn't going to replace me. I thought it could be. It was more of a supplement rather than a replacement. And so we continue to have all of the lectures provided to students. The review can be added, and you guys are going to add this to your Simpson site, right? So you can capture this here. You can do it in. Immediately after I give my lecture on Tuesday and Thursday mornings, I go in the afternoon, give it a title, and make it available for all students in class. And it is being used. We've been tracking the usage. It's pretty cool to see when students are using it and how often. Here's a snippet of one of those. Now, the mean is not the only measure of center. The median is too, but we also like to include something about the spread. When you're asked to comment on your histograms that you make, overall shape, some idea of where the center is, but also some idea about the spread or dispersion. Which would make you more happy? You have an exam that had a score on average of 76 and you scored an 88. Above the mean. But would you be happier being above the mean at an 88 with this distribution number 1 or with distribution number 2? So which would you be happier? 2 or 88? Like distribution number 1 or number 2? 2. As you said, higher. I teach with a tablet, so it allows me to write on that screen and interact with what the students are doing. I have the same notes and fill them in along with them. But that gets captured along with all the others. They don't used to do it. I tried this other technique 15 years ago where I had this massive chain around me with a, had like, I don't know what it was exactly. They had a camera that had a track and they take my little picture too and watch from that front of the You need to be able to watch what's being written, content, and voice. So we make those available for all students. We did some data gathering on are you using this resource. So one semester we asked them to fill out a survey, to review capture lectures, was being used by about 66% of those who responded. And the rest of the time they responded altogether. We asked them to take all of these resources we have from them and tell us whether they were really helpful in learning that material for that course. But tied with using the lecture notes as interactive notes, along with having the chapter functions. We've been gathering more data on what we're using weekly as a resource and how often you're using it. If we were to graph usage of the review, we would see a spike, another spike, and one more, 3 of them in this class, because there are 3 exams. So we do see a spike of usage right for exam, driving up to that about a week before. But we also see some fairly regular low-level usage throughout the term. And it's students who said they use it not to replace the lecture, although that was helpful for what reasons. Yeah, for sick. I've got students that are reporting I'm missing their lecture because I'm traveling with my team or whatever it might be too. So it is available to still read as an lecture. The second need, and certainly students who take an important steps in this, how many of you want to go to a class with computers and be told, everyone pull down this menu, over to this option, click on these that I'll use. Not fun to learn a statistical software or some process like that, step by step all together in a class. So we wanted to spend more time in the lab doing some statistics rather than just learning the SPSS, the technology that we have used to analyze data. So we created tutorials. And I know there's tutorials out there on the web. I've even Googled how to do something with SPSS myself. I've seen some of those tutorials, but they're long sometimes, or they're more polished and more detailed than what I need to answer my one question. So our system is great tutorials that would show our students what we need them to know and take them out of the lab and have them do them before the lab. And thus they're called free labs. So we have a site that our students go to, and there's like 9 free labs altogether. And each of them have a task. Most of them are SPSS related or the computer software related. And a few of them are more of a deep simulation they send them to. But they show the objectives up front. What you're going to do if you use free lab, you learn this stuff. They still have the written resource. So it's still listed out there how to do it with snapshots of how to do it. Because some students would rather still read it rather than watch it. But would you rather watch a 2-minute video on how to make an Instagram, or go read the documentation that shows you the step-by-step how to do it? That's the video. So we still have the written instructions that were in your lab workbook before that you had to buy, and then we moved them on to C tools and said they're there to read, and so no one read them. And so now we have them in a free lab video form. After the written materials we want to go through, there are some videos. Narrated screen captures. The first one, if you remember, in the past it was a lot. There were like 5 here. And then after that there were 3, and then just 1. But these were short. They were usually created by our GSIs who would go through. And these are not Hollywood-ready videos. These are short, quick, casual. And it's okay if we say something like, confidently produce your confidence intervals. And everyone laughs a little bit. But we're just doing them to get you the content. And SPSS gets updated, so we gotta redo them again. Go and watch those, and then be able to do the task. So here's one of them that our GSI did.
Well, today we're going to cover how to export graphs and tables from SPSS and upload them to a C tool assignment. I've already created a histogram here of the horsepower in the car's data set that needs to be uploaded for an assignment. What we're going to do is you're going to right-click on the plot and choose the export option here. There's several options.
So the GSI explained how to export a graph, because you have to do that for your homework assignment. And if you don't remember how to do it when it's 2 weeks later and you're doing it again, you can go back to that video and watch it. It's fun because the GSIs who created them, they go to class and then the students will say, quick, you're the voice behind that video. So, screencast. Now we added a little assignment at the end. We just wanted to make sure that you learned how to do stuff, so now show us that you learned how to do stuff. Something with another data set. And that pre-lab assignment was not typed up or printed out, you just had to submit it. You did it, you got your point. And what could the GSIs though assume? The students were supposed to do it, and they did. And they come to lab with that sort of common SPSS knowledge. So we hope we don't have to remind everybody all the steps anymore, to go right to doing the task. More review in the classroom rather than the steps for SPSS. We have these available for students. In fact, I've had students that go on to another class and say, I've got to do some analysis, SPSS for this class, and I can't remember how to run one line over. The website's open. It's open to anybody, not just those who are frustrated classes that we can go. Most of the labs are for that purpose, but there were a few others that we put together that address another purpose. As part of a grant, we got to hire graduate students to help us find online learning resources for our students. You guys Google like what is a standard deviation and find things that explain that to you in different ways. We wanted to make them available to them, but we couldn't just give it to them because there were, well, what do I look for in the resource? We needed to guide them a little bit, tell them what to use it. Or in statistics, there's a lot of different notation. One book uses this notation, another one for this. And so sometimes the online resource was different than what we would have taught them in class. And in one case, we have a really good one, but there's one little mistake in there. Still like them to use it, even challenge them to find the mistake. That's what a video wrapper can do. We call them a video wrapper. And this was one of the pre-labs that we did this with. It was a simulation where you could push some buttons and it would make lots of confidence intervals over and over and over. If you would never have any statistician do, but you think about that to interpret them right. They don't know what wall is. They don't use theta in the class we teach. And what's the purpose of it and what should I be playing around with? So a video wrapper did that for us. Lesson 3 explains what you're going to do, sends you to the applet, so you can play around with it. And here's this, 3.5-minute video that demonstrates what you should be doing with it, what not to worry about, just ignore this. And in your assignment, you'll have to play around with the sample size, increase the sample size, what happens. So we can guide them. And it's our guidance. I could type all of that up. Okay? Give you an assignment on a sheet and type all the details up about this applet and make you go to it and then do it. But do you want to read all of that, or would you rather watch a 2-3-minute video and then go play with it and do what you need to do for that assignment? The little assignment at the end was to play around with the different features and write up what you observed. Then they discussed it in more detail in the lab when they went to it. So here's one of our GSIs explaining this particular.
Today we're going to have a pre-lab assignment that will help us to understand the differences between confidence intervals and confidence levels. So we're going to use this applet called Simulated Confidence Intervals. And we have a lot of different buttons on the left and you can set different options. First in our method is proportions by default. If you remember, we can make confidence intervals with any parameter. So things like proportions and means are both options for this applet. And we're just going to use proportions today. The next one, walled, we don't have to worry about. We can just leave that as walled by default for our class. The next thing we have is theta. This is the same thing as P. Theta is used for the population proportion.
So she would explain some of the differences. She would demonstrate and play around with it a little bit and talk about what you should be seeing and then let you change some of the parameters or settings and write down what you would do. There's a few of these that we have as pre-lab assignments. How were they received? My GSIs loved them. I had a couple of GSIs who taught this course before we had any pre-labs and then when we brought them in. And I can remember one of them, I came back after teaching a lab, that was my best lab ever. Her students came and she didn't have to teach them SPSS from step 1. But they do allow you to do that work whenever you want to. And I have to sit there in the lab to do it. Do it at 2 in the morning before it's due. You can still get it done. And they did prepare you to come. And they really like the active ones a little better than the SPSS ones. But they were useful. We had them talk about, did those pre-labs do what we hoped they would do? And give some ratings. And over half strongly agreed or agreed with statements such as the pre-labs helped you do your work in the lab, prepared you to do your homework assignments. I like having the ability to do it at my own pace, prepare you for discussion. All right, another need. This one I really like, and you're going to see it more during the class now, coming up, but providing you better solutions. Okay, you took the exam and you got some problems wrong, and when your homework comes back and you look and see you lost points here and here, go over those ones to look why you lost points, right? So that to the solution, but it's a static solution. It's right there, typed up, and maybe you still don't get it. How did I know I was supposed to use that one? How did I know it was paired and not independent, or whatever it might be? Well, how about a video that shows the thought process in solving that question? Especially on an exam. When you're sitting in an exam and how am I supposed to get that I do this for that problem, for the background? So we have a person who graded that one page of that exam the whole night when we graded, and knows the common errors that they saw students do. Be one that comes in the next day and records a screencast of how to work through that problem. The ideas of solving it, working through step by step, rather than just the typed up answers, which maybe is enough for some problems, but not necessarily for all. So I think that's something that we've added to the course, both in homeworks and in exams, that provide some help for students for reviewing. We now have a Coursera site that the students go to where we have our video solutions to the old exam and a few other video wrappers around other online sources that they can go to for review. But last semester's exams, video solutions for all the different pages that they can pull up. And they're all on our YouTube channel that we have for stats too. This is what they look like. So I don't do it through the computer. I could, because I have a pen that I could write on and do it on the computer. But I found that it was better to actually have the actual exam right there and use a dock camera to record it. And then we can bring in the calculator and show you what she's doing, and bring in the formula card that you get to take the exams with, and talk through the solutions. This is one that's on a homework. So again, we can bring a calculator in, and it can be embedded within the homework tool that we're using for students to work through those exercises for practice. So we've been doing them for the more recent exams. We need to go back and do some more for some of the older exams that are out there for students. But we have been trying to build up this resource and make it available for students. So here's just a couple seconds of a GSI explaining.
Number 6 on page 4. Okay, professors looking to investigate how class attendance affects a student's performance. So we're looking for the relationship between these two things. For his class of 200 students, it's helpful as you're reading along to just sort of make note of those important numbers. Sample size is 200 students. At the end of the semester, he used information from his clicker questions to record whether students attended class regularly, sporadically, or not at all, and then also recorded whether they passed or failed the course. The results are presented below. Okay, here's our summary. This isn't anything new for us. We've seen this in class. We call this a contingency table, or just a table of the distribution of numbers for the sample of 200. Okay, but one difference is that we've typically seen it with a total row and a total column. And you can proceed to do this question without having those numbers. Okay, you just have to do it as you move along. I find it helpful to just sort of add those numbers now. So the total for attending regularly is 1.5.
So he gave a comment on what he would have done if he were going through the question, not that everyone would have to. So later on, he's got some detail, and he highlights a phrase in one of the questions that tells us it is a conditional probability rather than a regular one, and points that out, works it through, and thought process. And a student can go to just whatever part of course they got wrong on it and review that. So I provided feedback that way through these videos of these solutions. We have the GSI or instructors kind of on the team of grading that one page, either one that comes and records it, because then we can bring in your common errors. Oh, that's what I did. At least I wasn't the only one, because it was a common error on that problem. But in my executive MBA course, I actually had them work in teams on projects. It was kind of a hybrid class. I only saw them twice, 2 weekends over 2 different months. And in between they watched videos of the content, but they came in on those months, and in between they had a midterm, team-based, and they had to turn in written work that was either abstract summary or background analysis, conclusion, and appendix on a problem they worked through. And I had to give them feedback. And I wasn't going to see them for another month. To actually give them physically their paperback that I might mark up. So what can I do? I created videos. I pre-marked up some of their work, had that as a PDF, saved it as a PDF, so I marked it up on my computer. And then I screencast talking through and giving them a final score. Personalized feedback for this online hybrid course. I gave them what I call the pluses and the wishes. What did you do well, and what did I wish you would do? Make it a little better. Boy, the difference between teaching without doing that, and just giving them the written copies that they had to make copies and share among the community, versus doing it this way, and providing it before I even saw them, so that their next work they brought turning in was incorporated some of the things that they may have missed, and they received it more readily. Sort of executive MBAs. I had one class with like 5 lawyers in it. It was very different for teaching that kind of thing. But they received it and understood. It was me talking, telling them what I liked and what I didn't like. So that was really helpful. And I could set up on C-Tools a folder for just that team, so it wasn't up there for everyone to see. Only they could see the comments on their own paper and have it very readily. So here's one example.
Hello, Team D. Here are your Project 4 comments. First of all, an excellent job. Your overall structure is great. You have an excellent background laid out here with a little extra medical knowledge included. Your statement of recommendations are well articulated. You correctly found the 2 probabilities requested. The probability of a false positive rate when you only have 1 result or 1 test conducted, and then that for if you look at the 4 independent tests and average those results to see whether you have a positive result or not. So those were excellent. I liked also your table that you provided for support at the end. The only comment I have is that you reference your normal spreadsheet that you use to work out the calculations, but you are asked to provide this support. Reference back to the cover page of the midterm, which does say if you decide to use anything, make sure you include it so I can see the work you've done. Overall, an excellent job, Team D. I have given your team on this project for 13 out of 14. So great job, good work.
And they liked hearing it. They were okay with the 1 point I took off because of missing the support that they were supposed to include. So that really provided more quick feedback. Didn't take much more for me. I didn't actually have to write up everything on the paper, but I could talk it through. Because when you get a paper back, sometimes you have to read the writing. Don't know quite what they mean by question marks on the side. What does that really mean? All right. And then I've used it for other needs. Answering questions. How many emails do I get in a day? Yes. How many? 20? 50? 100? About 100 to 150. And some of them are the same question. And I have GSIs that I need to make sure they're all doing this the same way. And that they set up their grade the same way. So why not, instead of writing it out again, or typing up every email response, even getting some canned responses and putting them in there perhaps, but sometimes a video is better than typing it all up. A visual picture can be really worth 1,000 words, and less time for me than having to type it all up. And I can go back to my history of captured things and send it again to the next student 2 days later. It asks the same question. So here's a GSI sent message.
Students in your lab an announcement. PC tools. Click on the announcement and you're adding a new one.
Nope. All right, so we have a new C-Tool site with everybody on one site, and I have to show the GSIs how to send a message to just their students and not to the whole class. And I just did it and showed them how it was done correctly. So I saw everybody's emails coming in. It's like, all right. And then a student working on the homework tool and wanting to show them how to do something so they won't lose their work that was supposed to be seen. And again, that one I used over and over again because it was something that came up common. And it's in my history, pull it back up, send it out again. And I can send them just the link to it that sits on my screencast cloud without having to actually attach the video. And students can access this. So how do I make these very quick, very casual, very simple videos? I use Jane. Jane is that little sunshine that's on the side over here. And it's a free download. There's a whole bunch of ones that you can use, but it's basically the baby version of Camtasia that is out there that's really good and capable for editing. But this one I have on my desktop at all times, and I can make a screenshot or a screencast really readily. If I want to capture part of my screen, I can certainly just take a snapshot and mark it all up. Highlight here on C-Tools is where you want to go to find that resource. Point the arrow to what they should click and send that out. And save it. I put it in an email. Or I could do a video. So if I want to capture video, it'll give you a 3, 2, 1. Microphone on. I can start talking. And I can have a little bit of what I'm going to explain. That pause button is wonderful. So I can look at my little notes or outline if I need to and move on from there. Resume. Captures a little bit more of what I want to say, and I stop. It will render for me pretty quickly. I can only talk for 5 minutes or less, which is okay. You should be able to communicate things in less than 5 minutes. I can preview it to see if I like it okay. I can start talking, and I can have a little bit of what I want to explain, then capture a little bit more of what I want to say, and I stop. And I can either save it to the cloud, or I can save it on my desktop. I could bring it into Camtasia if I want to cut out the part where I messed up and I paused so there's a silence, and then I can cut that out, push the two together, and do a little editing if I want to, and provide it to our students. Very quick, very simple. I do have a little microphone that I use at home that makes it a little better quality than just this, but this still works for something quick and easy. Can't do much editing. It does brand at the jing at the end, but that's okay. And I can kind of step through them. The pause feature is very nice. A little bit of a microphone set up for doing things helps make it a little better quality for the students to hear. And here's my history. At any point I can go back and pick out the one thing that I made and send it again. Do it, delete it, use my recent ones. And there's a bunch of them. There's Cam Studio, there's a little upgraded version on Snagit that's in between Camtasia. It's not quite so complicated as Camtasia, but not so simple as Jing. There's a screener and screencaster. And there's actually a couple of blogs that I have at the end with links to our own technology, our learning technology consulting group that have put blogs and created these different packages for what you might use. Very simple. Play, pause, stop. So we've seen how I've been using these screencasts to provide demos, demonstrations as needed. So they're at your convenience to watch them when you want to and need to. And these have been for the lectures too, consistent, you record them automatically, or provide good feedback. Either a narrative and reasons why you took points off on a paper or item that you turned in, or to provide feedback on exam solutions. Highlight the pluses and the wishes. So, what do you think? Quick thing. I've been doing this with more of my BSI. Some little quick activities. So you got 30 seconds more than that. But think about right now how you would either use it or would like to see it used in a class you have. Apart from what we have here, perhaps we have another opportunity. Yeah.
We thought one thing you would like to see more is professors like to feedback on users over video responses. A lot of times some of the comments I think are very ambiguous. So you can, when somebody's explaining why they took points off, even if like it makes it validates it. Like it makes more sense. You want to hear feedback as to what you did positive as to what you can improve upon as well.
I think for any course, when you are getting an exam or anything graded, to be able to have a little more feedback. When we're -2, maybe circle the part that's why you lost the point, but it is nice to understand that you have feedback. If I were in an English class, I would love to have that feedback versus just the written comments and and it doesn't really take that much more time because I didn't have to write all the comments. I wrote a few, and then I explained things along the way that we did, so I could talk more. I didn't have to write it all up. I just had to show my dad how iTunes. And I had a card sitting on my mom's birthday that was at home, and I forgot to mail it. It was my mom's birthday.
Yeah.